Hello everybody, my name is Triumphy as always, and today I wanted to do a little bit of a review of the first weekend of the Diablo 4 beta experience. So guys, I went ahead and wrote some stuff down, so if you see me looking over or doing something like that, that's what I'm doing. But let's go ahead and start with the pros, or actually let's start with my introduction as far as my Diablo experience. My Diablo experience started probably like a lot of other people around my age. The World of Warcraft pass that gave you Diablo 3 for free. And I was able to play the game through that. I didn't get too far into Diablo 3. I think I got to Paragon 2 or 300, but definitely gave the game the old college try. I enjoyed what I played of it. Definitely didn't grab me like a World of Warcraft or something like that would have at that time. Actually, that's probably why I didn't play more of Diablo 3 when it came out, was because of World of Warcraft. But so I also have played Diablo 2 a bit. As you can probably tell, Diablo wasn't really my main game in the past, but it's always been a huge part of the Blizzard world that I was kind of grown up in, StarCraft, Warcraft, Diablo. So I always enjoyed playing it and giving it a chance. And I think with Diablo 4, I'm definitely going to be streaming it and making some videos. Whether the game, grabs my heart and my attention, we'll see. I guess you can't tell until it gets here. But from what I played this weekend, I had a lot of fun. I have a few pros, a few cons that I'd like to go over here with you guys. So I'll go ahead and start with the pros. The environments, they feel amazing, especially when I'm comparing them to like Diablo 3. I played Diablo 3 and I'm coming from World of Warcraft, which is terrain and up and down and, different things to see all the time. And when I played Diablo 3, there really wasn't that feeling of, going into a new place except for like once, even though everything was generated randomly all over the place. It always used the same exact tile sets that you would see all over when you were playing the campaign. So, when you jump into Diablo 4, and it does feel more like you're in a world, you're going exploring these new places, and the tile sets, they don't look exactly the same. And if they do, it's well hidden. So I wanted to start there. I disliked how generic Diablo 3 felt. It definitely had a feel as far as Diablo 3 went, but it wasn't my cup of tea. Also, the combat, it feels amazing when you're slicing through stuff as a barbarian, especially when you're whirlwinding, and you just cut a goat man in half. It feels great. It sounds great. The sound, the animation, the death animations, the way you swing your swords, the way you're swapping in between swords as and hammers and whatever else you might be using as a barbarian is really awesome. All of that is on point. I definitely felt like as a barbarian, I was kind of having a hard time keeping up with the mobs, or like I'd click on them and then I feel like there was some optimization be had there. So I'm looking forward to seeing what they do this upcoming weekend. Yeah, so the boss fights were awesome. They made me really test out the new talent system, because when I first walked into, it was like the first big wolf boss. I think it was like the she-wolf boss or whatever. But it kicked my ass for like an hour. And now for a TriumphyTV Studios production. Enjoy.
Stop!
You know, I finally had to give up and be like, I got to go get some more stuff. But it gave me a really good chance to, you know, test out the different talents, see what's working, what's not working. So I enjoyed the overall aspect of, you know, getting in there and trying out the different talents and doing my best to kind of build something to be able to defeat this certain boss was fun. So good stuff there. The music was great. But I do have a huge disappointment in that when you open up Diablo 4, kind of like opening up Diablo or Halo 4 or 5 for the first time, when you hear the choir come in and you're like if you don't hear that in a Halo game, it doesn't feel the same. And when you don't feel the riff of the classic Diablo riff with the guitar, it just doesn't feel quite right. And if there's somehow they could bring that into the game before launch, it would mean everything to the people that enjoy Diablo music. So there's a little criticism there, guys. But like I said, doing the boss fights, it really brings up your adrenaline. You get excited. You know, I had a few moments there when I would almost beat the boss and something would kill me. So that was great. When you do get a legendary, your dopamine just starts going crazy. It feels good to get items in this game, and to be able to see like how they're going to affect your gameplay is as fun as it has been in every other Diablo game, I would say. So, my cons for the beta, the overall stability was terrible. Like I would leave or teleport to town, and end up getting kicked out of the game all the time. When you were in the bigger cities and there were people around, it was super laggy. And I'm not running. I'm running on a decent computer that wasn't streaming at the same time, so I should have not been having any issues, and I was. So the I will talk a little bit more about the dungeons. They feel a bit samey to me. And I know this has been something that a lot of people have talked about, but when you get into a dungeon, there's kind of like one wing and then another wing, and then there's a door. And you got to go fight all the packs down this one wing. And if you don't get the key in that wing, then obviously it's in the other wing. So now you got to go defeat the other wing and get the key, come back to the middle, open the door. Then there's usually the boss fight or like whatever else is there. And that just seemed a bit generic to me. I think there's a lot of cool stuff they could do with unlocking different parts of the dungeons or things within them. So I'd like to see some improvement on that. Over the seasons. I don't think it's necessarily gonna get fixed for launch, but yeah, and yeah. So just the kind of the sameness, the feeling of dungeons, I would say, and the game balance. I only got to play a barbarian, and from what I hear, barbarians had a struggle. Maybe that's why I was having a hard time killing the first boss that I ran into, or not the first boss, but that one boss I ran into. It seems like there is a big discrepancy between the classes right now, and I definitely like to have that brought in a little bit more. Of course, I want to have reasons to go play each of the classes. So if one is just like drastically undertuned, there's not going to be much reason to go check it out. So if they could bring that all up a little bit and get it a little bit closer to what people enjoy, that would be a good thing. But other than that, what else did I have written down here? Things I would like to see in the future: more classes with the expansions or seasons. I think that would be awesome. Kind of like getting a new hero in Overwatch right now feels awesome. I think getting a new class or a new little area to go explore in each pat or each season would just keep the game feeling very much alive in that way. So this is kind of a far out there one, but I would love them to add proximity chat, especially when you're out like just around playing the game and you run into somebody. If you could be on your mic and be like, hey, what's up, let's go do this thing together or do something like that. I feel like that would be really, really cool in the overall social aspect of the game, since it seems to be more of an MMO than a classic ARPG at this moment, I would say. So yeah, proximity chat would be dope. A wider variety of dungeons and unlocking mechanics. I already talked about that. And then something that is huge to me, coming from the classic WoW community and just overall World of Warcraft in general, I would love to see something like raids or epic dungeons. Being able to go with four of your friends and go raid Blackrock Mountain or the dungeons within it would be just an awesome way to be able to explore Diablo and feel like you're a little bit more like there's a little bit deeper meaning to dungeons than just go in and kill this thing and then come back out. I think that would be awesome. So yeah, guys, let me go here. But in my time in the weekend, I really, really enjoyed the game. And I'm looking forward to this coming weekend to be able to get my hands back on the game and see, have they changed anything? I'm not expecting to see much change as far as other than like balance changes and that type of stuff. It seems like the game is kind of pretty much in the state they want to have it for launch. But for now, in the meantime, while I can't play Diablo 4, I'm going to go back and play Diablo 2 and play that game for one of the first times I ever have this next month, and really see what the gold standard of an action RPG is, and be able to have a better perspective coming into Diablo 4 launch. Maybe that way I can be a more helpful part of the community, and have ideas that are worth putting out there, because I have a little bit more experience in this type of game. I coming from an MMO background and shooter background, and I play Smash Brothers and this type of stuff. An action RPG is a lot new for me. There's some aspects that cross over into MMO territory, but I've never been like at the top echelon of people in those games. So with Diablo coming out, and me streaming and doing a lot more YouTube stuff, I'm just excited to have the opportunity to be able to maybe play the game at that level and produce content for it. So yeah, appreciate you guys sitting here for my whole review of this past weekend. I may make an updated one depending on how much stuff has changed in the next upcoming weekend. But if nothing else, once the game does launch, I will sit down and revisit this review and update it, and see where I stand on the game at that time. So yeah, guys, I really appreciate everybody watching my video and giving me the time to let you know how I felt about Diablo 4 and what I'm planning on doing with the game. So should be a lot of fun. I hope everybody is excited for the game as much as I am. It seems like it's going to be a lot of fun for everybody, and looking forward to seeing you inside of Diablo 4. Bye, guys.